Hi everyone, this is Stasha Swartz from On the Mend Restorative Massage. I am a certified sports massage therapist for horses. And here I have Sid. I've already massaged his neck, but I wanted to capture this on video because he's being super reactive in the left side of his back. So I just want to show you guys what it looks like when a horse is reactive. And what I'll do is I'll talk you through it as I go. So the first thing I'm going to do, you can already see he's shaking all along as I'm palpating his top line. And so I just want to start warming up his back. His tail's going, he's fussing, and he's not too happy that I'm doing this. Sid, stop, Sid. So when a horse is being this reactive to my touch, I mean, all I'm doing is just rubbing. I'm putting moderate pressure, and he's being this reactive. I really try to spend more time then warming up these muscles because I don't want to start digging into the release and the treatment strokes without first getting these muscles nice and warmed up and ready. So I'm going to try a little percussion while simultaneously just sweating his kidney. And I'm using the percussion stroke at a moderate pressure. So now I'm circling at a light pressure, just nice big circles to help release not only the muscles along the spine, but the muscles along the ribs. And I can already feel there's a knot right here. I can feel that. So now I'm gonna go in for some smaller, deeper pressure circles. I see you. I know it hurts. I know. So they typically, when you go through this training, they see to keep a safety hand on the back, but you can see he's more interested in striking in the front, so that's why I'm actually keeping my safety hand and just kind of standing closer up here. But I've been working on Sid for several months now, so I feel pretty comfortable reading him a little bit better. So he's not swishing his tail as much. Seems a little bit more comfortable. Sid. So I'm gonna go ahead and start seeing, I feel this, there's just this big knot right in it. Literally, that's what it feels like. It just feels like a big knot. So I'm going to use a direct pressure stroke, and the direct pressure stroke is a treatment stroke that you use at light, moderate, and heavy pressure. And it just helps to break up those knots and spasms. And as I'm going along, his skin is shaking. That's his reaction, that's his tell. Some horses try to kick me. Some horses just shift side to side. Some horses shake their skin, and that is Sid's tell. Other spot. So anytime I get a reaction from him, I switch from more of a probing stroke to a direct pressure stroke to try to treat that spot and release whatever is built up in there. I just massaged him, I think probably like 9 or 10 days ago, and he started getting real tight again. That as I'm using the direct pressure stroke, I can feel his muscles releasing. There's a nice flutter happening, telling me that his muscles are slowly releasing and breaking up a little bit. I know, that's an ouchy spot. So he's very, very tender through his lumbar spine. And I'm only able to probe like literally centimeters before I have to start using direct pressure again. So now I'm gonna go back to a compression stroke, warm up those muscles again before I do a second round. But you can see after the first round, he's not nearly as reactive, which tells me that the first round of the direct pressure strokes helped to release some of what was going on here. Yes, I know. Horses are getting fed, and you're perpetually missing out. Okay. So here I am starting with the second round of direct pressure strokes along the muscles closer to his spine. You want to make sure that you're not actually working directly on the spine. That could be quite painful. But he still has this knot up here close to the front of his back. So again, he's not nearly as reactive as he was with the first pass. I said that, and of course he reacted immediately. So the difference too that I can feel in his back is it's like moving from a cushion to like a rock almost. That's how tight their muscles can get in their back. I know it hurts, I know. But he's releasing through his stifle, and he does have issues with his left stifle. So that's good to see. And we were noticing some stiffness in this left hind leg the last time he was ridden. And I have felt where horses are releasing up here, they release simultaneously back through here. And I asked my vet about that, and he said, yep, you should feel that because it's all connected. Okay, so that knot that I was feeling, I'm not feeling the golf ball in there anymore. So I'm just kind of applying some heavy pressure compressions in that area. I know it hurts. And he's starting to sweat right here, which is a good sign. Through a massage, when horses are sweating, they're helping to release those toxins. Good boy. Okay. So now there's just a little slight bump in there. So it feels way different than it did at the beginning, because at the beginning it was like the size of a small egg. And so now it's definitely not as pronounced. What I'm gonna do, what I have often found is if horses are sore on this line, they're sore on this line. And that's, again, where it's really important to know that when you're massaging and having body work done, anyone who tries to tell you you can spot treat a horse, they're not being fully honest with you. Could I just treat this area and walk away? Of course I could. But what I've done now is I've moved whatever tension and crap that's been built up along here, I've moved it down. And that's the whole goal of massage. Same within humans. We're trying to work it out and away. And that's why it's also equally important when your horse is passing gas or wants to pee, they want to eat and drink when they're, after a massage. That's because they're flushing out those toxins that have been released, and they're getting increased circulation as well. So let's see what we did. And so now to release along this line, I'm using the direct pressure stroke. I push that pressure up a little bit and then drag it back down. Let's see. Right there. Good boy. So this is good. He's not really reacting through his ribs, so that's a good thing. I'm going to continue to see. The good thing about Sid is he's such an expressive horse. It doesn't take a lot for me to recognize if something's hurting and if something's uncomfortable for him. But his muscles are now fluttering in a way that they were not before. Oh, yeah, right there. so that's just a quick clip of me massaging a back and what that looks like. So that if you're seeing those kinds of reactions with your horse, maybe he or she is, you're trying to curry him or her, and they're just very reacting, swishing their tail, very uncomfortable. That shouldn't be the case when they're being curried or brushed, right? That should be a pleasurable, enjoyable experience. But if there are indicators out there that saying where your horse is trying to tell you, like, that something's ouchy there, it doesn't necessarily mean that, they're not going to be sound or, that it's this major thing, but it could just be muscle soreness. And that's why body work and massages are so important for your animal and helping to keep them healthy, regardless of whether they're a retired show horse or a trail horse, a pleasure horse. Maybe they get ridden once every 2 weeks. Maybe they get ridden 5 days a week. But we do know that there are huge benefits to massage in humans, and the same goes for horses as well. So I'm going to finish up my massage with Sid here, and if you're interested, please PM me through Facebook. You can also contact me at horsesonthemend@gmail.com. My website is horsesonthemend.com, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Horses on the Mend. And I look forward to hearing from you so I can come out and help your horse feel better. Bye.